there are a lot of minerals, natural minerals that are so abundant in Nigeria that have not been exploited to the benefit of the Nigerians. And Nigerian rubber latex is one of them, which has really been so much in abundance in Nigeria that we have not been making use of it. And we know that when the Michelin was in Nigeria, they were tapping our rubber latex and using it for production of tires and so on. But today they are no more there. So if you look at the screen, you will see the rubber plantation. Sorry, I don't know how to really spell or enable those people to see. You will see the rubber plantation and you see the method of tapping of this rubber. Today, a lot of our rubber latex are being tapped illegally and transported outside and transformed into industrial products like the car tires, the conveyor belts, the shoe soles, the rubber bladder, the football bladders, and brought back into this country for our consumption. And yet we pay so much about it when we have the abundance of this rubber plantation in Nigeria. You see here, there are some in Calabar, some in Akwa Ibom, some in Ebonyi State, Ondo, and so on and so forth. So you could see them, and this is the method of tapping. And when they tap it, these things are taken out of this country. Are taken out of this country illegally. And then when we had a problem with, when we called a meeting with the Nigerian small-scale industrialists and with Leather Manufacturers Association of Abia State, we had a meeting with them to find out what their problem is, particularly in the shoe industry. And what they said was that they have this adhesive is their major problem, and it is 100% import based. They also told us that they are adulterated, and for that reason, once they're sending hygroscopic action, the upper and the lower, that's the sole, separates. And it is not locally available in that the producers, and again, that the formulation is not available here in Nigeria, and even the adulterated ones are so expensive. That motivated us into going into the research on the adhesive. So, and then based on the request and based on the adhesive and on the mandate of the presidential order 5, we decided to use our local raw materials to see how we can produce this adhesive. And therefore today we have been able to achieve the results. So, just like I said, these are the reasons why they really requested us to go into the production and to get started. And the essence of developing this adhesive is for us to make use of our valuable raw materials to solve the shoe industry problems. And again, the raw materials that are available in Nigeria, that's the Nigerian natural rubber, we have to make use of what we have to produce what we want. And the polyurethane adhesive, like I said, is made from modified Nigerian natural rubber. We do not import it, and the product is about 85% local content. And we are also aiming at transferring this technology into the entrepreneurs and to enhance the utilization of our local products in accordance with the presidential order 5. So the justification is that there are abundant rubber trees in Nigeria, and therefore the essence is for us to make use of what is there and then increase the rubber plantation. Again, the materials are renewable. That's the green chemistry, as DG has said. We are to create job opportunities, employment generation, and wealth creation in the country. There will be a decrease in dependence of imported adhesives, and then availability of high quality adhesives at low cost, and rubber industries will expand and attract more investors. The country's GDP will also increase because whatever thing we will be attracting the foreign exchange. So the polyurethane adhesive actually, as kind of methodology, was to mix so many chemicals for the production of that product. So based on this process technology, a pilot plan for the production of polyurethane-based adhesive using the Nigerian natural rubber latex has been designed, fabricated, and installed for the production of this adhesive. Here you see the plant. That's the sectional view of the plant, the side view, the top and then the side view, the front view. So this is assembled diagram of the plant. That's what we call the skeleton diagrams, please. And then this is the solid block. That's a 3D diagram of this of the equipment. This is the thinning tank. Like if you see in the assembled diagram, there are 3 major components in the plant. One is this thinning tank, where we thin down a natural rubber latex, and thin down in the other, there are 2 thinning tanks. The other one is used to thin down the polymers. That's the monomers going together to form the polymer. And we use it to thin it. After thinning the natural rubber, you thin the polymer. And these 2 processes are taken to the next level. Please, the next slide. Go on. This is what I've just said. And then it is taken to this reactor. The reactor is the only thing we brought from outside. Every other thing is made in Nigeria. So the reactor now has its own components. One, the reactor is about 50-liter capacity, 150-liter capacity, and it has a cold water of 1-inch pipe round inside it, and that cold water tube carries cold water from the cooling tower to extract heat inside during the reaction, and once the heat is extracted, the temperature is controlled, and the condenser also condenses the water inside the reaction, because there's water that will be coming out from the reaction, and once the water stops, that means the reaction is completed. So the condenser brings out that water and is connected on the connect, that thing that is down like this, and once that water stops, that's the end of it. And at the end of the reaction, it is pumped down to this receiving tank. The receiving tank is about 300-liter capacity, and that is like a storage tank. But it's not really stored because you don't stay adhesive for too long because of the volatility of the toluene and other solvents. So immediately it goes there, it is now packaged in a container, sealed, airtight, and then ready for sale. For the purpose of people who may say it is just maybe a laptop design, this is our installed plant. We can produce 450 liters per day in this plant. And this product has been used. And these products have been used, demonstrated by the end users, the Nigerian Leather Product Manufacturers Association of Abia State. They have used the product, we were showing the product, and thanks to the also somebody that gave us a comment, he said that this is a mind-blowing product. And so they tested it and they have written us that it means what they need in the shoe industry. And so that made us to go further to develop that plant itself. But as a research institute and a product developers, we have to start somewhere. And this is a 10-liter capacity reactor. It does the same work as that plant, that big plant you saw, but this one is only 10 liters. The essence is that from the laboratory scale, we go to this 10-liter scale. And the essence is for us to develop that product before we scale it up to 150-liter capacity plant. Otherwise, you may end up wasting your materials and time. So the institute has been able to acquire that plant, which we have used our production. This is just a financial overview. We may not talk in details about it, but what we're asking is that the investors should come. When they come, we now talk about the financial overview. Go on. So all these are financial overview all about it. And so we conclude that like the theme of today's expo, solution to national economic challenges, we are concluding that we have solved that problem. We have provided a solution to national economic challenges through the production of that. And therefore, we are asking the investors to come. Let us develop it together. That is where we are. Thank you very much, and God bless us all. Thank you.
This is presentation for the adhesive project.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
The former director of outstation of the National Research Institute for Chemical Technology. Another round of applause for him, please. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will ask to go back to continuation of goodwill messages before we continue on the next presentation.